Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Kids Talk. I'm sure most of us have seen a stethoscope before, and I'm also sure we all know who uses a stethoscope. A doctor. Well, I'm pretty sure everyone has had a use of a doctor at one point in or the other, because we've all gotten sick at maybe some time. And you probably went to the doctor's office or to the hospital because that is what we normally do nowadays. Well, do you know that once upon a time, it was very normal for doctors to pay house calls? House calls mean that the doctors, they took their little black bags, which contains all their medical equipment, and went to people's houses, people who were sick, to make them well again. Well, this is a pretty good picture of what Jesus did while he was on earth. Jesus paid visits to people's home. Jesus met people who needed him, people who were sick, people who were dying, people who were hurting, people who were frail. So he met them just like doctors meet sick people. And in our gospel story today, we see that Jesus healed a woman who was sick. She was bleeding for 12 years and nobody else could heal her, but Jesus did. And in another instance, Jesus went to the house of a girl who was dead and he healed her and brought her back to life, and everybody was happy. Well, Jesus also healed somebody else with a different kind of sickness. His name was Matthew. Matthew was a tax collector. And in those days, tax collectors were considered sinners by many. They were seen as many as someone who extorts from others. So they were seen as sinners. So Jesus went to Matthew, who was a tax collector's house, to have dinner. And the religious leaders or pastors, they were really upset that Jesus went to Matthew's house, and they were asking Jesus' disciples, why did Jesus go to Matthew's house? Jesus heard all about your question, and Jesus said, just it is the sick people who need a doctor. And just in the same way, it is those who are sinners that need me and not those who are righteous. And so just as in those days, doctors went to those who needed them, Jesus went to those who needed him and he made them whole again. And when Jesus went into Matthew's life was transformed. He was not the same again. So we all need to be healed. So who needs a doctor? Well, people who are sick need a doctor. And as we have all been sick at one point or the other in our lives, we all need a doctor. And who needs Jesus? Sinners did, and we all sin at some point in our life, because the Bible tells us that all have sinned and have fallen short of the glory of God. So everybody needs Jesus. We need Jesus to transform our lives, which is what happened when we come in contact with Jesus. And sometimes we don't have to wait in the church for people to come in order to introduce them to Jesus. Sometimes we can meet people just like Jesus did. We can meet people where they are and introduce Jesus to them. We can introduce the gospel of Jesus to them by being witnesses. So thank you for joining us, and God bless you.